delve into the world of Stoic philosophy, Epictetus emerges as a beacon of light for souls seeking peace amid life's turmoil. Born into slavery and rising to become one of history's greatest philosophers, Epictetus left behind not only a legacy of thought, but also a living symbol of the power of will and intellect. What enabled someone of such humble origins to inspire both emperors and commoners alike? The answer lies in his philosophy of life and the way he approached life's adversities. Life is a journey filled with challenges and hardships. For Epictetus, these challenges were not disadvantages, but opportunities to test the strength of one's spirit and self-mastery. He taught that true freedom lies not in escaping external constraints, but in mastering one's thoughts and emotions. In today's chaotic world, his teachings resonate strongly, reminding us that inner peace is always within reach, no matter how difficult our external circumstances. Epictetus himself embodied the philosophy he taught. Born in Hierapolis, in what is now Turkey, he was a slave in ancient Rome. Despite the harshness of slavery, he refused to let his external conditions define him. Through intellect and determination, Epictetus caught the attention of his master, who allowed him to study philosophy under Musonius Rufus, a prominent Stoic philosopher. This marked a turning point not only in his life but also for humanity. Throughout his life, Epictetus tirelessly taught and spread Stoic philosophy, emphasizing that what lies outside our control should not be the source of anxiety or suffering. He believed that instead of trying to change the world around us, we should focus on mastering our thoughts and actions. This philosophy is encapsulated in his famous statement, "It is not events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them." This is not merely advice, but a revolutionary way of living, challenging how people traditionally confront adversity. One of the most remarkable aspects of Epictetus is his ability to transform philosophy into practical lessons, easily applicable to daily life. He did not teach philosophy as an abstract subject, but as a tool for improving life and achieving inner peace. In his work Enchiridion, the handbook, he wrote concise yet profound guidance on how to live a happy and meaningful life. These lessons are as relevant today as they were in his time, serving as a compass for those seeking balance in a modern world full of pressures. But Epictetus was not merely a philosopher. He was an inspiration. From emperors like Marcus Aurelius to ordinary people struggling with life's challenges, his ideas have touched the hearts and minds of countless individuals. He taught that no matter who you are or where you are, you always have freedom within your mind. This is the most valuable gift, a limitless source of strength to help you overcome any challenge. In today's world, where people are often consumed by worries about work, relationships, and the future, Epictetus's teachings are more relevant than ever. He reminds us that instead of trying to control everything, we should focus on what is truly within our power, our attitude, reactions, and how we face life's events. In doing so, we not only find peace but also become stronger and more confident in our journey. What makes Epictetus so extraordinary and memorable? It is his ability to connect profound philosophical ideas with practical life, transforming abstract concepts into actionable lessons. Above all, it is the indomitable spirit of a man who, though born a slave, never allowed circumstances to enslave his mind. Epictetus did not merely speak of freedom, he lived it, defying the limitations imposed by society. The ideas and philosophy of Epictetus are a powerful reminder that, in all circumstances, humans have the power to master themselves and find happiness. He is proof that no matter how difficult life may be, we can rise above and shine. For Epictetus, philosophy was not just an academic discipline, it was an art of living, a guide to overcoming challenges and achieving inner peace. With all this, it is no surprise that Epictetus is remembered as one of history's greatest philosophers. He left the world not only lessons on how to live, but also a legacy of mental strength and determination. His story and philosophy will continue to inspire generations, reminding us that true freedom is always within reach, if only we have the courage to grasp it. Epictetus, one of the greatest philosophers of the Stoic school, embodies a profoundly inspiring story of rising from humble beginnings as a slave to becoming a renowned philosopher. Born around 50 CE in Hierapolis, a city in the Eastern Roman Empire, modern-day Turkey, Epictetus faced harsh living conditions from a young age. He lived as a slave under the ownership of Epictetus, an aide to Emperor Nero. Despite his status, Epictetus demonstrated extraordinary intellect and a deep desire to study philosophy. Under the patronage of his master, Epictetus was allowed to study philosophy under Musonius Rufus, one of the most distinguished Stoic philosophers of the time. This marked a pivotal moment in his life, as he began to internalize and develop the core ideas and values of Stoicism. Through study and practice, Epictetus not only absorbed Stoic philosophy, but also transformed it into a guiding principle for his life. A defining aspect of Epictetus's story is his refusal to let his circumstances determine his worth. Despite living as a slave and enduring much suffering, he maintained a resilient spirit and continually explored the deeper meaning of freedom. Epictetus famously stated, "No one can harm you if you do not allow it." And this statement is not only a declaration of self-mastery, but also a testament to his philosophy. True freedom lies within the mind, not in external circumstances. After gaining his freedom, Epictetus moved to Nicopolis in Greece and began teaching philosophy. He established a school where his teachings attracted a diverse audience, ranging from commoners to Roman aristocrats. Although he did not write any books himself, his lectures were recorded by his disciple Arrian in two classic works, Discourses and Enchiridion, the Handbook. These texts have immortalized Epictetus's contributions to philosophy, serving as a guide for millions across the centuries. What makes Epictetus's life especially remarkable is the seamless connection between theory and practice. He not only taught philosophy, but also lived by the values and principles he espoused. He believed that philosophy was not an abstract discipline, but an art of living, a way to achieve inner freedom and tranquility. In his teachings, he urged his students to focus on what they could control, thoughts, emotions, and actions, and let go of what lay beyond their power. Epictetus's life is a powerful lesson in perseverance and mental strength. He proved that, regardless of one's origins, every individual has the potential to overcome adversity and lead a meaningful life. This spirit inspired not only his contemporaries, but also countless future generations. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and a renowned Stoic philosopher, openly acknowledged the profound influence of Epictetus's teachings on his own philosophy. The journey of Epictetus, from a slave to a great philosopher, is a vivid illustration of the philosophy he advocated. Freedom is not something granted, but the result of mastering one's mind and actions. No matter how harsh external conditions may be, individuals can find freedom and happiness by living in accordance with their values. The life and ideas of Epictetus serve as a beacon of hope and wisdom for anyone seeking inner peace and the true meaning of life. Epictetus was not only a profound Stoic philosopher, but also a figure who profoundly shaped the concept of inner freedom, an idea timeless and inherently practical. For Epictetus, true freedom does not depend on external circumstances, but resides in the ability to control one's thoughts, emotions, and actions. This was a bold idea, particularly when considering his background as a slave. One of Epictetus's most famous statements, "We are disturbed not by events, but by the views we take of them," clearly reflects this perspective. According to him, people should not allow external factors to determine their state of mind. Instead, they should learn to distinguish between what is within their control, such as thoughts, values, and behaviors, and what lies beyond their influence, such as others' opinions, the weather, or unexpected events. This distinction not only helps achieve inner peace, but also minimizes unnecessary anxiety and stress. Epictetus exemplified this philosophy in his own life. Despite living in slavery and enduring physical suffering, he maintained a calm and free mind. He believed that even when physically restrained, one could preserve mental freedom by controlling their reactions to circumstances. This was not merely a philosophical idea, but a practical strategy for navigating life's challenges. A unique aspect of Epictetus's philosophy was his view of inner freedom as a skill that must be cultivated. He emphasized that achieving this freedom requires practicing self-discipline and self-control. This involves a strong commitment to personal values and the ability to let go of things that are not one's own. Instead of striving to change the external world, he taught that people should focus on transforming their perceptions and responses. In his work, Enchiridion, Epictetus provided practical guidance for attaining inner freedom. He advised people to accept what cannot be changed, focus on what they can control, and maintain equanimity in the face of life's ups and downs. His teachings were not just philosophical musings, but actionable lessons for leading a meaningful and serene life. Epictetus's thoughts on inner freedom have had a far-reaching impact, influencing not only philosophy, but also modern psychology and management. Principles such as focusing on what can be controlled and letting go of what cannot have become the foundation for many stress management and personal development methods. Leaders, psychologists, and even athletes have drawn on these teachings to achieve success and fulfillment. Overall, Epictetus's concept of inner freedom is not merely an abstract idea, but an invitation to live a meaningful life despite challenges and adversities. He reminds us that true freedom is always within reach if we are courageous enough to recognize and seize it. Epictetus stands as one of the most influential thinkers of the Stoic school, and his philosophy of living according to nature has become a cornerstone for generations of philosophers and practitioners. For Epictetus, living according to nature was not just a slogan, but a way of life, an art that required persistence, discipline, and a clear understanding of the world's essence. Central to Epictetus's Stoic philosophy is the clear distinction between what people can control and what lies beyond their control. He argued that to achieve happiness and inner peace, individuals must focus on mastering their thoughts, emotions, and actions rather than being disturbed by external factors. As he famously said, "Do not seek for things to happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they do, and you will find peace." According to Epictetus, living according to nature means living in harmony with reason, as reason is the unique gift bestowed upon humans. Reason not only enables us to understand the world, but also guides us in living a virtuous life aligned with values and human dignity. He emphasized that everyone has a specific role in the grand scheme of nature, and our duty is to perform that role well, regardless of external circumstances. Epictetus conveyed this philosophy through practical examples and clear lessons. He likened life to a play in which everyone has been assigned a specific role. Whether one plays the part of a king or a beggar, what matters is not the size of the role, but the sincerity and dedication with which it is performed. Through this analogy, Epictetus encouraged people to accept their place in life and find satisfaction in fulfilling their responsibilities to the best of their abilities. Another significant aspect of Epictetus's Stoic philosophy is the concept of acceptance. He taught that to live happily, one must accept the world as it is, rather than attempting to change what cannot be altered. This does not imply passivity or resignation, but rather focusing energy on what one can influence. Acceptance, in his view, is not surrender but liberation, freeing individuals from unnecessary worry and suffering. In his work Enchiridion, Epictetus offered practical advice for applying Stoic philosophy in daily life. He urged individuals to stay true to their values, remain patient in adversity, and remember that everything happens for a reason. These lessons are not only philosophical, but also pragmatic, providing a guide for navigating the complexities of modern life. Epictetus's philosophy of living according to nature profoundly influenced many thinkers and leaders, from Marcus Aurelius to modern intellectuals. It reminds us that instead of trying to control everything, we should learn to adjust ourselves to align with life's natural flow. This is not only a way to find peace, but also a path to true freedom. In conclusion, Epictetus's Stoic philosophy is not merely an intellectual framework, but an art of living that helps individuals achieve happiness and meaning. By living according to nature, we not only become the best versions of ourselves, but also contribute to making the world a better place. Epictetus's teachings, though over 2 millennia old, continue to inspire and guide people in their quest for inner peace and freedom. Epictetus is one of the philosophers not only known for his profound thoughts, but also for his classic works that have left a lasting impact on philosophy and human life. Although he did not directly write down his teachings, his ideas were conveyed through 2 major works recorded by his student, Arrian, Discourses and Enchiridion. These 2 works are not just the legacy of Epictetus, but also serve as gems of Stoic philosophy, shaping the way humans understand themselves in the world. Discourses is a collection of lectures delivered by Epictetus at his school in Nicopolis. This work includes dialogues, teachings, and illustrative stories about how people should live in harmony with nature and reason. These lectures not only delve into theoretical explanations, but also offer practical advice for daily life application. Epictetus taught that by mastering one's thoughts and emotions, individuals could achieve true freedom and inner peace. The teachings and discourses have helped millions recognize that happiness does not come from external sources, but is the result of living in accordance with one's values. In addition to discourses, Enchiridion, the manual, is a concise yet profoundly valuable work. It serves as a handbook containing the core principles of Stoic philosophy, presented in short, clear, and easily applicable statements. Enchiridion focuses on lessons about how individuals should face difficulties, distinguish between what is within their control and what is not, and how to live a meaningful life. Epictetus emphasized that tranquility and freedom do not arise from controlling the external world, but from controlling oneself. This work has become a guiding light for many generations, from leaders and philosophers to ordinary individuals seeking peace in their lives. The distinctive feature of Epictetus's works lies in the connection between theory and practice. He did not merely teach abstract concepts, but also provided specific guidance on how to apply Stoic philosophy to daily living. This makes his works not only valuable in a philosophical context, but also useful tools for personal development and for facing modern challenges. Principles such as focusing on what can be controlled, accepting what cannot be changed, and living authentically have become the foundation for many modern stress management and psychological practices. Epictetus's works have not only influenced Stoic philosophy, but also left a deep mark on the history of philosophy and human culture. Marcus Aurelius, the famous emperor and philosopher, incorporated many of Epictetus's ideas into his work, Meditations. Even in the modern era, Epictetus's works continue to inspire those seeking inner freedom and a righteous way of living. Overall, Discourses and Enchiridion are not just books, but reliable companions, guiding people through the trials and challenges of life. With timeless insights and powerful messages, Epictetus's works continue to inspire and guide millions worldwide, helping them find meaning and peace in their life journey. His teachings remind us that, in any circumstance, we can always find the strength to live a good life, provided we master ourselves and live in harmony with nature. Epictetus, with his profound thoughts and practical philosophy, left a tremendous legacy not only in the field of philosophy, but also in how humans understand and face life. His contributions were not confined to the Roman Empire, but have resonated strongly across centuries, inspiring and guiding millions in their search for peace and meaning. One of Epictetus's greatest legacies lies in shaping and advancing Stoic philosophy, particularly the concept of inner freedom. He demonstrated that no matter how harsh life circumstances may be, humans always possess the ability to master their thoughts and emotions. This idea became the foundation for generations of philosophers, including Marcus Aurelius, regarded as Rome's greatest philosopher king. In his work Meditations, Marcus expressed deep respect for Epictetus's teachings, applying them to govern the empire and maintain inner peace during the most challenging times. Epictetus's legacy was not only transmitted through philosophers, but also extended its influence into various fields, from psychology to management and education. Principles such as focusing on what can be controlled, accepting what cannot be changed, and living according to one's values have become the basis for many modern psychological therapies, including cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Psychologists have recognized that Epictetus's teachings are not only philosophical but also practical tools for dealing with stress, anxiety, and other mental challenges. Additionally, Epictetus's ideas have had a significant impact on leadership and management. Many modern leaders have drawn from his philosophy to build leadership styles centered on patience, self-control, and adaptability. Epictetus's lessons emphasize that a true leader is not someone who tries to control everything, but someone who can manage themselves and inspire others through integrity and perseverance. The influence of Epictetus is not limited to the famous or leaders. Works such as Discourses and Enchiridion have become trusted companions for millions of ordinary people around the world. From soldiers in wartime to individuals seeking comfort and guidance in everyday life. His philosophy transcends the boundaries of time and space, becoming an integral part of humanity's intellectual treasure. Another crucial aspect of Epictetus's legacy is his emphasis on the practical application of philosophy. He did not view philosophy as an abstract field of study, but as a way of life, an art that helps individuals achieve freedom and happiness. This focus on practice made his philosophy accessible and relatable, transforming it into a powerful tool to change lives, regardless of social class or background. In the modern era, Epictetus's thoughts continue to be utilized to address global challenges such as stress, societal instability, and personal crises. Educators, psychologists, and thought leaders find value in his lessons, using them to promote self-discipline, patience, and adaptability in an ever-changing world. In conclusion, Epictetus's legacy is not just about philosophical teachings, but also a powerful inspiration that helps humans overcome life's greatest challenges. He proved that true strength does not come from external circumstances, but from within. Epictetus reminds us that no matter how difficult life may be, we always have the power to control our lives and find inner peace. His ideas will continue to inspire future generations, helping them understand that true freedom lies not in controlling the world, but in mastering oneself. When we reflect on the legacy left by Epictetus, it is impossible not to admire the power of thought and the resolute spirit he has imparted over centuries. Rising from the humble origins of a slave, Epictetus became one of the greatest philosophers in history, leaving invaluable lessons on freedom, self-discipline, and meaningful living. Epictetus's philosophy does not stop at abstract theories but touches every aspect of practical life. He demonstrated that, in any circumstance, individuals could find inner peace if they focus on what lies within their control. He taught us that true freedom does not depend on the external world, but resides in the ability to master our thoughts and emotions. Classic works, such as Discourses and Enchiridion, have become inexhaustible sources of inspiration, not only for philosophers, but also for leaders, scientists, and ordinary people. Epictetus's teachings have transcended time and space, bringing hope and direction to millions, from soldiers on the battlefield to individuals searching for peace within their souls. One of the most profound lessons Epictetus imparted is the spirit of practicing philosophy. He did not view philosophy as an abstract discipline, but as an art of living, enabling individuals to achieve happiness and purpose in life. This approach makes his philosophy relatable and practical, encouraging everyone to apply principles like patience, compassion, and acceptance to daily life. The legacy of Epictetus extends beyond philosophy, forming the foundation for many other fields such as psychology, management, and education. His ideas about focusing on what can be controlled and letting go of what cannot have become core principles in modern therapeutic methods, including cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. His teachings not only help people overcome difficulties, but also build resilience and steadfastness in the face of challenges. In today's world, where uncertainty and stress are increasingly prevalent, Epictetus's philosophy is more valuable than ever. He reminds us that, instead of striving to control everything, we should learn to adjust ourselves to align with the flow of life. This is not only a way to achieve peace, but also a path to true freedom. Looking back, Epictetus not only posed questions but also provided answers. He showed us that human strength lies not in power or material possessions, but in self-mastery and the ability to live true to one's values. His ideas are a guiding light, leading us through life's twists and turns, reminding us that even in the darkest moments, we retain the power to choose how we respond and confront the world. With his immense contributions and profound influence, Epictetus remains a symbol of patience, wisdom, and courage. He taught us that freedom is not a luxury, but an inherent power within each individual. His legacy will continue to inspire future generations, helping them realize that no matter how difficult circumstances may be, we can still take control of our lives and find inner peace. Epictetus left humanity not only with a philosophy of life, but also with an invitation: live consciously, courageously, and true to your values.